This is problem 1.25 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book from chapter 1. Here's the position. We're blue. We've rolled a 4-1. Our home board is in the bottom right. Look at three possible moves for the 4-1. I'll give you my quick observations, Tardieu's expert analysis with feedback from XG, some of Tardieu's key points, his summary, and at the end of the video, we'll look at a position modification, which I have a question about. Here's the first possible move. Just bringing one down from the midpoint, 13 to 8, like this. Unstacks the midpoint and brings the builder down from the midpoint. Now we have 10 checkers in our zone here. Second possible move is bringing one checker down from the midpoint, 13, 9, and sliding our 5 points, 6 to 5, like this. It slots our valuable golden point, the 5 point. Slots an outfield point, the 9 point, which can be used to make innerboard points. And also it can become part of a 5 prime. If we cover our two blots on the 5 and the 9, we have a 5 prime here from the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which will be very, very powerful. Unstacks our 6 point and unstacks our midpoint as well. Third possibility is to split our back checkers, 24, 23, and bring a checker down from the midpoint, 13, 9, like this. Splits our back checkers into whites, developing blitz, normally not a good thing to do. Brings the builder down from the midpoint, 13 to 9. Unstacks the midpoint. Leaves a blot on our 9 point, but it can't be hit with a direct shot. It can only be hit with a 2, 6, a 3, 5, or double 4s. Which means if we do get hit, this blot will still be there. We can hit it back. Look at the three final positions. Compare the features of each position, pip count, threats facing each player, the strength of each player's board, and think of which move you would make. Here's the first possible move, 13 to 8, before and after. Here's the second possible move, before and after. And here is the third possible move, before and after. Take a minute, think of which one looks best to you. And let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say. For the move where we're splitting our back checkers and bringing one down from the midpoint, Tardieu says splitting our back checkers will offer them up on a plate to white, who is clearly ready to start blitzing. It's generally a bad idea to split against opposing points with at least 2 spares on them, like the 17 and 19 here, as any double is a great opportunity for them to make a new point or new points without having to break existing ones. That's the third best of the top 3 rolls. The next best roll, 13-8, harmonizes the distribution of our builders and reinforces the 8 point. So now white has builders on his 6 and 8, and we'll have builders on our 6 and 8. But it's still a little too passive given our other options. Other options being to bring a checker down from their midpoint, 13-9, and slotting the 5 point, 6 to 5. This unstacks both of our heavy points, the midpoint and the 6 point. and slots the best attacking point, the 5 point, while white's board is still weak. All good things. This proactive play clearly lays the foundation for a 5 prime from the 5 to the 9. We can cover those blots. If white fails to hit, we will have turbocharged our development. We'll have a great board. The best way to combat our opponent slotting a point, here like he did in the 18, is for us to slot our own, like we're doing here on the 5 and even on the 9. 5 is the best one for us. Doing this will make it difficult for white to both hit and cover their own blot. So if they do hit us, they will probably leave return shots. Some of Tardieu's key points. It's generally a bad idea to split against opposing points with at least 2 spares on them. Here. As any double is a great opportunity for them to make new points without having to break existing ones. 13-9-6-5 play unstacks both our heavy points, the 13 and the 6, and slots the best attacking point, the 5, while white's homeboard is still weak. Great time to do it. This play lays the foundations for a 5 prime. If white doesn't hit us, we'll have turbocharged our development. We'll have a great board and be well ahead of white. And the last point Tardieu makes is the best way to combat your opponent slotting a point is to slot your own. It's difficult for your opponent to both hit us and cover their own blot. Tardieu's summary: if both inner boards are similar in strength, you can react to your opponent's slotting a point by doing so yourself. When you're on the bar, being able to shoot a slotted enemy point with a 6, like here on the 18, is always a good thing. So if we do get hit and we're on the bar, being able to hit with a 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, any of those rolls will let us come in and hit the blot on the 18. If I modify the position and split white's back checkers, here's the original position where white's 2 checkers are here on the 1 point. Now I'm splitting them. Now we have a roll that allows us to hit twice, and we should do that. Slotting the 5 point gives white too many chances to hit us and cover his blot on the 18 point. I think I'm seeing this right, but if I'm missing something or if you don't agree with something I just said, let me know. I appreciate any comments, questions, or feedback. Make sure to check out Alex Eshaghian's excellent review of Tardieu's book on YouTube, as well as Sunny Florida Backgammon Club's informative 5-video series on Francois Tardieu's book as well.